Okay, hi, it's Patrick once more. I said I'd do another video the second I noticed any changes. And well, actually, I'm about a week late for changes because, first thing, within 24 hours, my skin got really terrible. Like, absolutely terrible. Usually, it's kind of on the dry side, but manageable if I'm careful. And now it's either it's terribly oily, like really terrible, or it's so dry it actually tears, and it's kind of yeah. Well, I kind of hoped for something better than, oh, your skin is gonna get terrible. Also, I'm tired and hyperactive all the time, which is a bad combination, especially when I'm trying to be productive and actually do anything for school. And also the first few days, I was really easily distracted. Like, um, I do have an ADHD, so I'm kind of easily distracted, anyways. But I have medication, and it's kind of it works. But the first few days on tea, it was like I would sit down and think, okay, I'm gonna learn French words, French vocabulary now. And like five vocabulary cards in, I would go to make a cup of tea, and then while the water was boiling, I would forget that I was trying to make tea and I don't know, go brush my hair or something, and then I don't know, I would just kept wandering about the house like, oh, I could make a cup of tea. Oh no, wait, I want to eat something. Oh, hey, no, let's clean up my room. Oh no, we'll go back to learning vocabulary. It was hell, but I kind of got used to it. I'm still a bit more hyperactive than normal, but I think I'm doing well. Also, I think I'm happier now. I mean, it's okay. It's kind of a weird thing, but I feel a lot more stable and like at home in my body. Like it's not, oh my god, I have a body. What's happening to that? Oh my god, no, I walked into a wall. Where did that come from? It's like I'm a lot more aware of my body, and it I feel better about myself. Also, I'm back to reading books. I'm actually reading books, and at the speed I'm used to, not like, oh my god, it's gonna take a billion thousand hours to actually get through this because after 2 pages I'm gonna be upset or something, but actually read books. I mean, I finished Hamlet within a day. Okay, there was a lot of train riding going on that day, so I had a lot of time to read, but it's actually, yeah, it's still good to be up to speed again. Um, yeah. Oh, yeah, thing. I told you about my brick, right? The French one. Now, here's this thing. I have to hold a presentation on Shakespeare, and I got a new brick. This one. It's 2.5 kilo, about 5 pounds, and it's it's epic for research, but it's really unhandy because it's too big. So I got those. Yeah, it's Romeo and Juliette and Midsummer Night's Dream, and they're reclam books. They're like, yeah, pocket books. They're like the size of my hand, and they fit into my in the pockets of my trousers, so I can basically take them anywhere. Also, they're really cheap. But anyway, I got those from the library. Didn't buy them. And yeah, I'm trying to read Romeo and Juliet, and it's so terribly boring. You can't imagine the epic boredom. I mean, we start off. Get this. So, the tragedy of Romeo and Juliet. Okay, sounds good. Then you get 2 pages of people, personages, characters, figures, characters, I think is a word. And it's like, Okay, Escalus, Mercutio, Paris, Montague, Lady Montague, Romeo, Benvolio, Abraham, Balthasar, Capulet, blah blah blah. And there's like two monks, a clown, an a, apothecary, whatever that is, three musicians, members of the watch, citizens, masters, torchbearers, pages, servants, and attendants. Like, it just doesn't stop. There's so many people, and they're all utterly unimportant. I mean, Midsummer Night's Dream gets one page of characters and fairies attending their king and queen, attendants, and that's it. Like, I think Hamlet and Macbeth both have also rather limited casts. Like, you can kind of keep straight who's who and who's doing what. And for Romeo and Juliet, it's just people and more people and more people, and they're all fighting. Correct. It's not a love story, it's basically fighting. So, you get a prologue, and that's kind of awesome. The prologue. Okay. Enter chorus. Right. However, I think that's supposed to be prologue and not a chorus delivering the prologue because that's its job. And said prologue is a sonnet. Wonderful. It's a bad sonnet. It's really two households both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our scene, from ancient grudge break to new maternity, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal lines of those two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventures piteous overthrows doth with their dead bury their parents' strife, the fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end naught could remove, is now 2 hours traffic of our stage, the which if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend. So basically, the whole thing can be summarized in a sonnet. 14 lines. But no, we can't just stick with those 14 lines. We get Act 1, Scene 1. There's random people talking, and then there's random people coming along, and they insult each other and begin to fight, and then there's more people coming and saying, hey, stop that, and instead of stopping that, they draw the more people also in the fight, until everyone is there and fighting, and then this prince shows up and goes, hey, what the fuck, stop it. And then they stop and go home. And like, okay, whatever. And then we have Benvolio and Romeo, who actually it's still scene 1. So we have those people, they start fighting, then the prince shows up, he says, well, come on, get home. We don't need your fighting here. Then everyone walks away, and there's some talk about, oh my god, what is Romeo doing? And then everyone walks away again, and Romeo comes, and well, we still don't know what he's doing. He's just kind of whining about how he's in love, and oh no, it's so terrible, and oh, she doesn't love him back, and it's kind of, there's so much innuendo there. It's like, well, it's the kind of humor I would expect from a 12-year-old boy. Okay, 13, because it's at times rather witty, but it's still extremely, like, pubertaire. How do you say that in English? Teenaged. No, that doesn't fit. Like, the whole, 12-year-old boy who's trying to be, like, cool because he's talking about sex, and seriously, I kind of want to kill Romeo because really he seems like a 12-year-old boy, and he's so, oh my god, I'm so in love and she doesn't love me back and it's terrible, and oh my god. Yeah. And then once they're done being weird, we get scene 2, that's actually been it's been 15 pages of nothing whatsoever happening. Then we get some thing where they're talking of trying to marry Paris to someone's daughter. And then, see, here's the thing that confuses me. And I mean, really confuses me. I'm kind of used for scene breaks, like, okay, something else happens. We go somewhere else. We have other people on stage. That's a scene break. Nope. Ain't happening. We're somewhere, and we get other people, and we're in a different place, but it's still the same scene. So it's really, really hard to find something because the scenes are incredibly long, and there's always different characters, and they're always in different places, but the scene doesn't change. So it's really weird. Also, it's boring. But I don't think you came here for like an in-depth analysis of Romeo and Juliet. But let me say this: it really isn't. It isn't as cool as it's made out to be. It's mostly kind of tedious. If you want to read something cool, read Hamlet. But you're gonna cry about that. Or you could read Midsummer Night's Dream, which is really cool and really fun. Or you could go for Macbeth because it's pretty short and pretty simple, and well, parts of it are probably not by Shakespeare, but people can't figure out which parts for certain, so they kind of leave it as it is. And yeah, but it's kind of easy on the eyes. It's good to read. Also, if you want to read something really, really cool, forget Shakespeare. I mean, he's fine. He's cool, but like there's Kit Marlowe. He's pretty cool too. Not so well. He has written 6 plays. I have read 4 of them. Tamburlaine 1 and Dido are both pretty great. Tamburlaine 2 is kind of whoa, okay. Things are happening, and it's just it's like Pirates of the Caribbean 2. It kind of doesn't live up to the hype of the first part. And oh wait, I've read 5. Then there's thingy, Jew of Malta, which is, well, you will end up hating everyone, but so does Kit. So it's kind of like he hates his characters and you hate the characters, and then you can feel kind of this weird kinship, and oh yeah, the author hates everyone too, which is cool. Also, yeah, it's kind of really satisfying because everyone gets cheated, and it's wonderful. It's like it's really wonderful because so many people dead and so much cheating. I really love it. Then there's Dr. Faustus, which is, well, I prefer. Here's the thing: Goethe, he wrote another version, Faust. That's pretty, well. It's sort of, Goethe's version is really, really like educated, highbrow, like not in a bad way, but it's like it's really serious. And Marlowe's version is much more light-hearted, much more carefree, and a bit reckless. And I really love that because it's pretty fast-paced, so things keep happening. They don't always make sense, but at least it's amusing. Like at some point they go to the Vatican and they start kind of. I think he's invisible and he goes around slapping people in the face just because, and it's lots of stuff like that. Like, oh my God, we're gonna walk there and we're gonna trip up people just for the sheer hell of it. And I love that because it's just a whole play full of, oh, we're going to mess with other people Nice. Also, everyone dies at the end. Well, not quite everyone, but people die at the end. That's always a good thing. I enjoy people dying at the end. Apart from Hamlet. Hamlet should have lived. But, anyways, yeah. My adventures in reading Shakespeare. And, yeah, I think that was it. Oh, yeah, you should read Shakespeare, of course, because he's funny and he makes lots of dick jokes, and dick jokes are cool. Have a nice day.